The megastars, the millionaires, the masterminds. Seriously wealthy, glamorous and influential. They are the rich and famous. They are Hollywood royalty. Denzel, Matt and Julia aren't just the darlings of the big screen, they are the most bankable stars in showbiz. Danzel Washington, the face that launched 1,000 bank checks. He's the two-time Academy Award and Golden Globe Award-winning actor and director. He's famous for playing real-life heroes and anti-heroes like Steve Biko, Malcolm X and Hurricane Carter. Now he's one of the top 10 highest-grossing actors in Hollywood. Washington was born in New York, the son of a Pentecostal minister and his mother, who owned a beauty parlour. He went to boarding school as part of a typical middle-class upbringing, then went on to college and a BA in drama and journalism. He's been the golden boy, hitting all the marks of a perfectly planned career, including nabbing that elusive little gold man. After receiving the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for the film Glory, he went on to play the critically acclaimed Malcolm X. Malcolm X transformed his career, turning him overnight into one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. Denzel Washington is the only actor to have been paid twice for the same movie. In 2004, Washington was paid to appear in American Gangster, but the project was scrapped before filming began. As part of a pay or play agreement, Washington kept the $20 million paycheck. The project was later revived and Washington was paid all over again, no questions asked. The happily married man has drawn the line on occasion, refusing to kiss white women on film. Not surprisingly, the actresses that have missed out, including Kelly Lynch, Julia Roberts and Mimi Rogers, all expressed disappointment at the actor's self-imposed rule. Washington is often cited as the perfect example of human physical attractiveness due to the elegant symmetry of his facial features. And it's the face we pay to see over and over again. Denzel won an Oscar for Best Actor for exploring his dark side in the 2001 cop thriller Training Day. He was the second African-American performer ever to win an Academy Award in the category of Best Actor. The first being Sidney Poitier, who happened to receive an honorary Academy Award the same night that Washington won his Oscar. Now in a position to take a role because he wants to, and not only for remuneration, he happily took a pay cut to a measly $10 million for his role in Spike Lee's Inside Man. But the real figure that'll get the talented actor to sing for his supper is closer to his paycheck for super producer Jerry Bruckheimer's lavish thriller Deja Vu. That is over $20 million. The actor has even expanded his formidable resume to include directing on the film Antoine Fisher, further garnering the respect of his peers.
Has Denzel Washington ever not been at the absolute top of his game? Has he ever turned in a performance that is not worth at least twice the price of admission? I don't think so. He has always been able to make walking across the street a riveting actor's choice.
Yep, we'll pay to watch him walk across the street and gaze at the close-ups of his perfectly symmetrical features as Denzel Washington rises to become one of the most powerful actors in the business. Jodie Foster has never been a lightweight. She's Hollywood's woman of substance, who's built a career on great roles and uncompromising standards. Hollywood's highest-earning actress is also the oldest of the top 10 female earners at 44. Her favourite genre, the thriller, just happens to be the favourite of millions of cinema-goers worldwide. Her 2007 film, The Brave One, in which she earned $15 million, comes hot off a string of tense thrillers for Jodie Foster that showcase her award-winning acting talent and take her higher up Hollywood's bankable ladder. Inside Man, however, the 2006 crime drama featuring Foster as New York power broker Madeline White, had the famous ensemble cast that included Denzel Washington all take a pay cut for the privilege of working with director Spike Lee. Proving who's in the driving seat of a fulsome career, Jodie Foster occasionally takes time out for comedy, like her role as the repressed nun's sister Assumpta in The Altar Boys. But it's her successful thrillers that have Foster on a steadily rising income. First, there was Panic Room in 2002, which focuses on Foster and her 12-year-old daughter trapped in a safe room within their own home. Foster received $12 million for the role. Then came Flight Plan in 2005, where Foster's character awakes on board a flight from Berlin to New York to find her 6-year-old daughter missing, and her wage edged up by another tidy $1 to 13. Jodie Foster has been a working actor since childhood, yet unlike many child actors who tend to crash and burn, Foster has made a highly successful transition from wonder kid to adult star. The actress has managed to grab the industry's highest honours, a Best Actress Oscar for The Accused in 1988 and again in 1991 for her portrayal of an FBI agent in The Silence of the Lambs. But does the very private actress mind getting out and selling herself?
It's my job. I mean, I wouldn't not promote my movie. And you want to get out there and tell people what it's about and communicate why you loved it and what you were doing in there in the first place. And this is the only opportunity you get.
It's never been all about the big bucks for Foster. She's taken time out of her career to achieve high academic qualifications. The actor speaks French fluently, has appeared in many French-language films, and even dubs her own voice in American movies for release in French-speaking countries. Not content to sit on the sidelines, Jodie Foster has directed several films, including Sugarland, starring Robert De Niro, and has produced several films, including Nell, in which she also played the lead role.
And when we think of Berlin,
in The Brave One, we see Jodie Foster as we've never seen her, morphing from victim to cold-blooded killer. Armed and emboldened, she roams the seamy underbelly of the city in search of human refuse, dispensing her own brand of deadly justice. Although Foster talks about the film as an exploration of New York's culture of fear, the role is also a crafty commercial decision, appealing to a new audience keen to see a shoot-'em-up Jodie toting a semi-automatic. Action Jodie, even more bankable. Just watch this space. Bit of financial advice for you. If you've got a lazy million lying around, back a film this guy's going to be in, Matt Damon. It all started with a little film called Good Will Hunting. Buddies Matt Damon and Ben Affleck pitched their script to Castle Rock, who bought it for $675,000 against $775,000, meaning that Affleck and Damon would stand to earn an additional $100,000 if the film was produced. And it was. With his share of the money, Damon could have bought a small cottage in his hometown in Massachusetts and sold shoes like his Finnish grandfather, an immigrant who came to America with nothing. But that wasn't to be. Good Will Hunting, which won the Actor-Writer Academy Award, was the beginning of a phenomenal career. Motion pictures that feature Damon as a leading actor or supporting co-star have grossed up to $2.28 billion at the US box office alone, placing him in the top 25 grossing actors of all time. Damon has been described as the most bankable actor in Hollywood. If he's not at the very top of the A-list, he's certainly nipping at the heels of the guy who is. He knows the reality of the industry. If your movies don't perform, they stop calling. Yet he chooses roles not just on projected box office, like Robert De Niro's The Good Shepherd.
And I said, I'm worried that I won't have time to prepare. And he said, you can go tomorrow and start this movie. He said, it wouldn't matter. He said, I've been preparing this for 8 years. He goes, I know exactly how it's going to be done.
Although he appears charming and at ease in public, the actor has an uncomfortable relationship with fame. He says he knows other celebrities have embraced being famous, at least at first, but he confesses he's never enjoyed it and is finding himself getting even more publicity shy in gala events with big crowds. Though he prides himself on not making safe choices in film roles, in fact, Damon has made most of his money in recent times with the safest choice, the sequel. He made a modest $5 million from Ocean's 11, Steven Soderbergh's all-star affair in 2001. But with each gathering of the gang in Ocean's 12 and 13, that figure has been steadily rising. And that other franchise? Matt Damon has been pulling in a healthy 8 digits in box office and DVD sales for the Robert Ludlum Bourne trilogy, which began in 2002. The final, The Bourne Ultimatum, grossed $69.2 million in ticket sales in its first weekend and exceeded the international box office gross for the first 2 films. And as a respite from successful film hopping, Matt Damon plays in World Series of Poker in Las Vegas. Some celebrities take their good luck for granted, but Damon works to support other artists in his company Project Greenlight. Project Greenlight, founded with Ben Affleck, funds interesting films from novice filmmakers.
Ben and I lived in a really, really crappy apartment about 5 blocks away from here, and we used to walk up and down here and look at these stars, and it's just, I dreamed that this would happen, but thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, he's the guy who never forgets his mates. One of the proven good guys of Hollywood, he's also an active philanthropist working for charities in the Third World. So, do nice guys finish last? Just check out this guy's shooting schedule for the next 10 years. I don't think so. Julia Roberts. She's the lady with the $1 million smile. Actually, it's the $25 million smile, and steadily rising. She says she's just an ordinary person with an extraordinary job. You can add extraordinary pay packet to that as well. Julia Roberts is the first actress to reach the $20 million mark salary for a film when she turned in her Oscar award-winning performance as Erin Brockovich in 2000. After George Clooney and Brad Pitt discovered Roberts was going to be joining them in Ocean's 11, they sent her a card that read, "We heard that you get 20 per film," and in it was a $20 bill. Roberts is now the highest paid actress in the world, earning an unprecedented $25 million for her role in 2003's Mona Lisa Smile. As of 2007, Roberts' net worth was estimated at around US $140 million, and that can buy a lot of tooth whitener. So what's the appeal? The actress has buckets of charm and a luminosity that simply lights up the screen. Roles that work best for Roberts and her fans seem to be characters close to her own persona, like the role that first catapulted her to worldwide fame as the shop-soiled Cinderella in Pretty Woman. Helped by a modelling background, Roberts was the first actress to appear on the cover of Vogue and the first woman to land on the cover of GQ. She has been named one of People magazine's 50 most beautiful people in the world 11 times. In 2001, Ladies' Home Journal ranked beating out then National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice and First Lady Laura Bush. But it hasn't been all smooth sailing. The actress had what can only be described as a losing streak in the mid-90s, with flops like the dour Mary Riley, a role choice that strayed too far from the sparkling Julia we knew and loved. She broke her losing streak with the hugely popular comedy My Best Friend's Wedding in 1997, and then gave her career a major boost with the charming Notting Hill, starring with Hugh Grant. In that same year, she also starred in Runaway Bride, exploiting the famous Julia Roberts-Richard Gere chemistry. Keen to use her clout for greater artistic freedom, Roberts has taken to the stage.
What? I watch you on that show.
That's mortifying.
When I don't have anything in the afternoon, there you are, shirtlessly doing things.
Are you ashamed of me?
Ashamed.
When you watch, does it make you...
It makes me smile to see you.
That's what I'll think of tomorrow when I'm taping.
You enjoy it, don't you? What did you think the secret about Theo is?
I don't recall.
But I think without him, I'll die.
Roberts lives with her husband and 3 children in a penthouse in Manhattan's Gramercy Park neighbourhood, where she reportedly loves to shop anonymously, buying her own organic greens on weekends at the market in nearby Union Square. She and her family divide their time between their homes in New York City, Malibu, and Venice Beach, California. A far cry from the veterinarian she wanted to be as a child, on box office, Julia Roberts is now the biggest female movie star in history. Dakota Fanning. If it's true what they say, she's the next Jodie Foster. And if that's the case, look out, little girl, for a long and illustrious career. The tiny actress is described as enchanting, with the perfect sort of otherworldly look about her. It's a look that directors are lining up for, but it's her acting talent that's bringing them back again and again. Barely a teenager, Dakota Fanning is already bringing in big girl bucks. Her going rate for a big budget film hovers around the $4 million mark. It all started with a breakthrough performance opposite Sean Penn in I Am Sam in 2001. The role of the daughter of an intellectually disabled man made Fanning the youngest person, at age 8, ever to be nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award. That's a lot of success for the pint-sized package. When she won the SAG Award, she was too short to reach the microphone. Presenter Orlando Bloom held her up for her entire acceptance speech. Child stars currently have a huge presence and growing influence, with the stars of Harry Potter bringing in adult salaries. Her fellow actors marvel at the professionalism of the young actress, like co-star Danzel Washington.
She's good. She coped like any actor would. I mean, I don't know what she went through personally. You have to ask her, but what her method is, if you will, but she's an actor. She just knows how to act. And she was prepared and very, very good. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I need to go back to my trailer and get ready.
She's also impressed legendary director Steven Spielberg of the blockbuster War of the Worlds, who praised her ability to size up a situation and work out how she would really react. In short, her extraordinary acting ability. With fame like this comes great influence over one of the newest and most sought-after markets, young teens. Fanning wore a pink $80 pettiskirt to the Teen Choice Award in 2003. Since then, the same dress has been flying off the shelves for girls who want to look just like the young star. Not much chance of a normal childhood now, yet Fanning does try to keep up some regular hobbies, like Girl Scouts, ballet, piano and violin playing, and horseback riding, in between attending premieres alongside Hollywood heavyweights like Tom Cruise. The biggest challenge facing Dakota Fanning is how to avoid the pitfalls of early superstardom and how to negotiate the shifting expectations of maturing roles and the public's very focal opinion. A case in point is her choice to do the controversial Hound Dog. The dark 2006 drama featured a rape scene involving the then 12-year-old actress. She appeared near naked and in a sexually precocious manner throughout. The film kicked up a media maelstrom, and the public wondered whether the actress had been misadvised to go too far, too soon. From a little girl to an increasingly powerful global brand, whether Fanning's career will be dictated by others or driven by the actress herself remains to be seen.
You know, it's really very kind of crazy to be called a veteran. You know, I don't feel like one. I'm just really appreciative of all the movies that I've been able to do, and this award is really wonderful, so I'm excited.
Dakota Fanning models herself on actresses like Meryl Streep and Hilary Swank, not just because, she says, they're great actresses, but because they're amazing people. The young actress has her sights on a well-rounded future that includes college and film directing. But for the moment, she's enjoying being the most bankable teenager in Hollywood.